In statistics, we often argue about p-values. Are they good? Are they bad? Are they misleading? But here's something most people never realize. P-values are not alone. There is another tool used by same test, based on same assumptions, looking at same data, but telling story differently. That tool is confidence interval. And the real problem in statistics is not choosing one over other. It is not understanding what each one is actually saying. Because p-values and confidence intervals are not enemies. They are two lenses on same evidence. One asks, how surprising is this result under randomness? And the other asks, what range of values is consistent with this data? Welcome back to Sheetal's Data Desk. I'm Sheetal, and in this video you will learn what p-value actually tells you and what it doesn't, what confidence interval really represents, how p-values and confidence intervals are connected, why confidence intervals often feel more honest, when to use each one in practice, why misuse, not the tool, causes confusion. And by the end, you will know how to interpret statistical results without relying on significant versus not significant. By the end, you will not see them as competing tools, but as complementary ones. So, let's start at the foundation. To understand confidence intervals, we first need to be very clear about what p-value really is and what it is not. P-value answers one very specific question. Not is my hypothesis true, not how big is the effect, but this. If randomness alone were responsible, how surprising would this result be? P-value measures how far your result lands from that center into the tails. Smaller the p-value, deeper you are in surprise territory. But notice something important. P-value talks about rarity, not magnitude. Tiny effect with very little noise can produce small p-value. Large effect with lots of variability might not. So, p-value tells you this result is hard to explain by chance. It does not tell you how big effect is, whether it is practically meaningful, what values are reasonable. And that limitation is exactly why confidence intervals exist. Confidence interval flips the perspective. Instead of asking, how surprising is this result? It asks what values are consistent with the data. Confidence interval is not a guarantee, a probability that true value is inside. It is compatibility range. It shows values that data does not strongly contradict. If value lies inside interval, data is reasonably compatible with it. If it lies outside, data pushes back. This is why confidence intervals feel more concrete. They answer questions like how big could the effect reasonably be? Is zero plausible value? Is this effect meaningful in practice? Which leads us to important question. If p-values and confidence intervals ask different questions, how are they related? Here's the key insight most people miss. P-value and confidence interval are two views of same test. At 95% confidence interval, if confidence interval excludes 0, p-value is less than 0.05. If confidence interval includes 0, p-value is greater than 0.05. So, when people say confidence intervals are better than p-values, what they often mean is confidence intervals show more information. P-value gives you evidence strength. Confidence interval gives you evidence strength, direction, magnitude, and uncertainty. Not better, just richer. But if they are connected, why do confidence intervals often feel clearer? P-values encourage binary mindset, significant versus non-significant. Confidence intervals resist that. They force you to confront how wide is uncertainty, how precise is estimate, whether practical importance exists. Narrow interval says, we know this fairly precisely. And wide interval says, there is lot we don't know. And that is not weakness, that is transparency. But statistics does not exist to give certainty. It exists to quantify uncertainty. So, when should you focus on p-values and when should you lean on confidence intervals? Use p-values when you need formal decision rule. You are testing specific hypotheses. You must control false positives. Use confidence intervals when you care about effect size. You need to communicate uncertainty. You are making real world decisions. In practice, good analysis uses both. P-value tells you, is this effect unlikely under randomness? Confidence interval tells you what effects are compatible with the data, which brings us to real mistake people make. Problem is not p-values or confidence intervals. Problem is treating statistics as a verdict machine. Neither tool makes decisions for you. They reflect your assumptions, your design, your uncertainty. When people argue p-values versus confidence intervals, they are missing point that they are not competitors. They are translators, explaining same evidence in different languages. So, let's lock in one idea you should remember every time you see either. P-values and confidence intervals are not answers, they are perspectives. P-value asks, how surprising is this? And confidence interval asks, what range makes sense? Neither replaces judgment, context, or honesty. When you use them together, statistics stops being confusing and starts being useful because good data analysis is not about certainty. It is about clarity in the presence of uncertainty. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to like, share and subscribe to Sheetal's Data Desk. Thanks for watching and I'll see you in next video.